At this time, we'd like to invite a man they call Wall Street to the podium. He's a leader in the community, an educator, and a very forward-thinking and critical man, critical thinker.
First of all, let me say a special hello to the Mayor, Honorable Ras Baraka, as well as the Deputy Mayor, Leger de Freitas, members of the City Council, Caribbean Commission Chair Tasha Davis, the Honorable Consul General Andre Lofier, and all those in the audience, and all people from Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome as we celebrate the 59th anniversary of Trinidad and Tobago Independence Day. Let me hear a round of applause. But I was told I only had 5 minutes, and if I go over 5 minutes, the floor going to open under me and I'm going to fall through the floor. So I'm going to try as possible to stick to 5 minutes as much as possible. But wait now, that round of applause you all give there wasn't really a round of applause. You know, look, come on, you could do better than that, man. Nice, nice. Yeah, he thinks that nice. He thinks that nice. They tell me I'm supposed to be the keynote speaker, right? And I want to read a quote from Dr. Eck Williams that he gave on August 31st, 1962. Right? Dr. Eck Williams said the following: democracy means freedom of expression and assembly of organization. All that is democracy. All that is our democracy, to which I call upon all citizens to dedicate themselves on this, our Independence Day. This is what I meant when I give the nation the slogan for all time: discipline, production, and tolerance. That was a quote by Dr. Eck Williams on August the 31st, 1962, when Trinidad and Tobago became independent. At that point in time, I was only about 3 years old. I was only about 3 years old at that point in time. Nobody laughing at all. People say, yeah, right. He was 3 years old. But since this is a keynote address, right, and I just wanted to spend about 2 minutes. I grew up in Chumaka, Clavantil, building one apartment 2-1. And many of you know that when they talk about Lavantil, they say Lavantil don't produce nothing good. They always say that Lavantil don't produce nothing good. But I, as a person who grew up in building one apartment 2-1 in Chumaka, Clavantil, the first planning in Lavantil, my mother used to pay $12 a month rent with 5 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment. 5, I had 4 brothers, 3 brothers, 1 sister, and myself and my mother. My mother was a single parent. I grew up in a single parent household. And the theme of this short keynote address is your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Just in case you didn't hear what I just said, let me repeat that. Your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. And I left Trinidad and Tobago on Independence Day in America, July 4th, 1977. Right. Came to this country with my other 3 siblings and 1 grip, as did I say, 1 grip or 1 suitcase. It's a grip, 1 grip, right? And it never stopped me as an individual growing up in Chumaka. What happened is that once I arrived here in the United States of America, I went on to Boys and Girls High School, and from Boys and Girls High School, I got a scholarship, a track and field scholarship to attend Seton Hall University. And I went on to work 23 years on Wall Street. After leaving Wall Street, I became a professor at Seton University. Just imagine this now. A little black boy from Schumacher, Claventil, working on Wall Street for 23 years, and now is a professor at Seton University. And today, I came straight from Seton University to come here. You know, so it just shows you that doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter, right? It's where you want to get to and where you can end up. And my story is that story. You know, and I want people to understand that it doesn't matter what other people say. Don't let other people decide whether you are going to be happy or whether you are going to be sad. You decide that on your own, right? And I want to close, I want to read another quick quote from Dr. Eric Williams again. Dr. Eric Williams said, democracy means equality of opportunity for all in education, in the public service, in private employment. Democracy means the protection of the weak against the strong. Let me repeat that. Democracy means protection of the weak against the strong. Democracy means the obligation of the minority to recognize the right of the majority. Democracy means responsibility of the government to its citizens, the protection of the citizens from the exercise of arbitrary power and the violation of human freedom and individual rights. Democracy means freedom of worship for all and the subordination of the right of any race to the overriding right of human race. Democracy means freedom of expression and assembly of organization. That is a quote by the late great, the first Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And let me say this, people can say whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. They can try to rewrite the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago have one father of the nation, one. And that is the late great Dr. Eric Williams. You could try to rewrite the history however you want, but you can't change history. And if you use Google, when you go to Google and you put in the father of the nation of Trinidad and Tobago, all you know who comes up? Dr. Eric Williams. And I'm going to leave you all with a quote. They call me the quote man. I like to quote. I just quote all over the place. Right? They call me Wall Street too. I know why they call me Wall Street, but I like that name too bad. You know, it's a nice name. I give myself that name, you know. Nobody give me that name. I worked 23 years on Wall Street. I think I deserve that name for myself. And I'm going to close with this. Jimmy Carter says, the measure of a society is found in how they treat their weakest and most helpless citizens. Let me repeat that. Jimmy Carter says, the measure of a society is found in how they treat their weakest and most helpless citizens. As we celebrate our 59th independence anniversary, I say to you all, stay safe, stay well, and have a fantabulous, splendiferous, marvelous, tremendous rest of the week and 59th independence of the great Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very kindly.